Alright. I'm going to try and get this fermenters page rendering again. Hopefully, everything's running a lot smoother now. I cleaned the fan out on my computer. Who would have thought? Okay. So first I'm going to do what I was starting to do earlier. I'm just going to grab an older version again. File. Fermenter list. Page, right? Yeah. Back, right. Howdy, two viewers. Thanks for tuning in. $2.45. I guess that would make sense. Well, it would make sense why it's not rendering. It doesn't make sense why it's not there. Fetch. I mean, we're getting back stuff, right? Right there. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So, really annoying because it was working and then it just stopped. Pager, pagination, not a number for the title attribute. Children attribute, not a number for total. Total, not limit. Let's see if that at least gets rid of this message. No. Alright, well, I'm going to take a step back from the front end, and I noticed recently when I committed that the code coverage of our tests on the back end dropped a bit. It used to be 100, now it says 64. I'm pretty sure we're still pretty close to 100, but we just gotta take a look at what's going on. So we do have the coverage charts visible here in GitLab. Expecting to see it. I thought I had it going into GitLab's upload test coverage results, right? So it's going to code coverage IO. So I guess we could just look there. yeast table isn't tested, which is probably true, but again, there's really nothing going on in there. Yep. I'm just trying to dial in the settings. I got my computer actually working today, so I thought I'd do a evening, more just a test for the morning, and hopefully getting a few things working before the scheduled broadcast in the AM. Hopefully it's sounding better. Got it going in stereo instead of just out of the left speaker. I'm also broadcasting now through Denver instead of through China, which I was accidentally broadcasting through before. So yeah, you can see here in this yeast table, this is just a new table that I baked. This is all just configuration stuff. We could make a test that just creates a yeast entity, but that's really just testing cake PHP at that point. So what I've done on these other ones is mark them as, code coverage ignore, until we add some actual code. We're just telling it to ignore all that. Same thing for grains and hops. Those are the two new ones I added. So I think if I just commit that, actually that'll get us quite a bit more of the coverage back. Okay, just push some fixes. So for those of you following along at home, you can pull the latest. So now that'll ping another GitLab pipeline. It's already running here. And at the end of the pipeline, it'll upload new code coverage information to codecov.io. And we should see that my coverage has gone back up from 64 to hopefully 100. Okay. So why? The interesting thing is I know I have 3 fermenters, and you can see it creating. It's running through 3 times the same code. Here's the 3, same empty array, 3 times. So it's trying to create. It is actually loading the fermenters somewhere, but that's not making it out to actually being rendered. So we got to figure out. 135 and 136. I guess 137. False. Loading is false. Here. 5 is true. Right, this is each time. And there's the properties. So this is while it's loading, after it's loading. So fermenter is always empty. What else I have changed here? There's two other changes. Adding the batches in, right? I'm just gonna throw away whatever I have in the front end, and we can do those again. See if that gets us rendering again, at least. There we go. All right. Well, that's good. That means latest master. Oh, see, there's our code coverage. So let's go check out the latest. 92. Okay, so better. So what are we missing still? Grains table. I added a code coverage ignore start. I've been noticing it does this sometimes. It marks comments as untested code, which doesn't make any sense. I don't remember how I fixed that on the other files, and it doesn't really matter right now. We know all the code is tested. This beer here I'm drinking is first collaboration beer I did with a professional brewery up in Estes Park, Lumpy Ridge. Okay, so we got the fermenters rendering again, and here you can see again we have the full, how much each one is full, which is perfect. Okay, so back to what I was trying to do the first time, before we got all messed up, is just attaching the batches to the fermenter. So again, I'm gonna just do this, because we are always gonna have that. Moving a little fast here, because again, I already did most of this morning. Style is where I was pulling from, right? Batch. Okay. So now that should give us the batch. Nope. Broke it. Hmm. Oh, right. I need to include it. Style list. Okay, so that should bring back our batches. Nope. Let's see if it put it in the network request for us again, which it should have. Yep, included batches. So there we go. Is it just this bit messing it up? Probably. Oh, 5 viewers. Welcome to the new people. Quick overview. We're just working on Mashio here, my little homebrew tracking software. this guy that's messing us up. Yep, perfect. Okay, so that bit back in, see what that gets us. Yeah. Look at the action payload too. So it works without this bit, right? I guess it works with that bit too. I am just learning React. This is kind of why I'm doing this project, is to learn React, and so I don't really know what this is. I guess I'll click this link, see if it tells me. The only difference at this point is without that, if we don't get the error. Oh, still do. Oh well. Okay, and we still don't have the status to type text. One step forward, two steps back with this stuff so far. We'll get it. We'll get over the hump here. Get it figured out. I mean, at this point, I'm basically at a clean tree. Commented. Yeah, the only changes are commented. So why do I have an error here, but not before? Oh, okay, good. Line numbers. That's what we're looking for. Fermentor list 262. Status. Okay, so it's not rendering the status, and it should be. So that makes sense. Is it really just this? Try something. Just comment this up. I don't know if it's gonna like that comment. Well, I guess give it a shot. Try that. see if it at least doesn't. Okay, so what I'm looking for here is reproducibility. I want to be able to comment out a line, have the error fixed, comment it back in. So I think that's what we got. No error when it's out, yes and error when it's back. So that's weird. I wonder. I'm betting it's because there's multiple. There's a conflict because of the multiple ones. So watch this. If I delete two of them, it'll render the status and type. If I save this file. No. Oh, damn it. Oh well. It's worth a shot. Decent theory. 262. When we're creating the status thing, so form item. Really get what I'm doing wrong, other than each child in an array or iterator should have a unique key prop. But maybe these selects need a key prop. But it doesn't make a lot of sense because those are just, that's the ant design thing, so that should handle that. But that's not even the part that renders it, which is the weird. This is just for the form itself. So let's comment that back out for now. See if I can at least get status and type rendering here again. That would be good. Ideally, we also get the batch name over here. Those are the two things I'd like to really get done before the morning. Which again, I will be on in the morning. So we're everywhere. Right, so here's the status part. Right, so status should be coming through from status text. So let's see what status text is coming through as. Oh, see, we don't have status text coming through. Okay, so I think I need to. User from enter entity. I created a. Yeah. Why I changed it. I used to have that thing called status text, but I actually deleted it because it wasn't a very sustainable way to write this code. I would have had to duplicate that function for every enum I added, which I did not want to do. So instead I have the enums, right, which we get. So here's my status text, right? So I should be able to match up this status of 1, carboy 1 as a status 1, to status is 1 is empty, clean. So I had a way I was going to do that. I think it was this. I already have an enum behavior. How can I use React and PHP in the same project? It's a good question. Giovanni, I think. Yeah, Giovanni. So we're using. The project is split up here into a back end and a front end. So you can see there's 2 separate code bases essentially, and the PHP backend does all the data storage, stores. It's the one talking to MySQL, all of that, and it's serving a JSON API up to the front end. The front end here is our React front end, and it's talking over JSON to the API. So here's the Docker Compose. You can see we have a back end and a front end separately, and then our database. So that's why I keep looking at this network page, because it's doing requests for the fermenters, for whatever, for the styles, for the recipes. So if I hit recipes, it'll make a request. So this JSON response here is what the PHP end is returning. And then over here, this is the React front end displaying it. So hopefully that makes sense. Good question. And as I mentioned, you can check out the code as well on GitLab and see how it's put together if you want. There's the URL. I'll throw it in chat too. But you can poke through it. It's the latest as of 20 minutes ago. So I'll be committing there throughout this progress. No worries. Thanks for tuning in. Okay, so actually I'm going to skip for now. I'm going to come back to this enum thing. I want to get this part going. So this is the link, right? A style, and then this is a category. We're displaying the categories within the styles. I want to do that over in the fermenters. So I want this carboy to say what the batch name it has in it. So I'm going to fire up MySQL Workbench here, connect to my dev instance, and then I have one batch in there. And so I'm going to copy batch ID over onto carboy1's batch ID. Apply. So if you go to the code, I think I didn't actually link it here, but this should be a link. I'll set it up. I'll just do it right now, actually. So it's based on Ant Design Pro. So if you check out ant.design, yeah, it's this React library. So if you see, oh, sorry, actually, you want the Pro. So Ant Design is their basic parts, and then the Pro is just the dashboard they put together. And if you see their preview, it looks a lot like ours. So I just have been adapting this dashboard. I'll drop a link in chat. And I'll go ahead and put that in the README. All right. So should now be able to go back and add this bit right there. Okay, and then I gotta go mute this. Streaming Soma FM in the background, and they have this one old bass nectar song that just starts with a child laughing, and I just can't stand it. It's so annoying. Which I know, I guess, sounds cruel, but it's not what I'm looking for when I'm programming. Creepy kid laughing at me. Okay, so I think I should just need that. I think that should do it. That batch is undefined. Okay. So this probably, are we in here? Or in here? Right. Just what I suspected. Let's check out what we got here. I should have done this in the first place. Payload. Okay, there's our payload. So we've got our object. Okay, yeah, right. So this is just where we got when we left off last time, is we want to publish virtual. We did, okay, right. But then I have to include it. We published the name field, the virtual name field earlier. So, and when I include batches, oh, right, because it does have all the data, but you have to go into not enter 58. Payload. So what I'm looking for now is I want more than just the ID, which before I said we're gonna get only the ID, but now I want more. I want more. More. Okay. So yeah, we're gonna go back to Insomnia here, which lets us do a little testing. Testing. So batches. All right, if I hit just batches, there we go. You can see here, name, unknown batch. That's what we want to display. So, but I want to get it through fermenters. So if we hit fermenters, there's our carboy. But we need to include, oop, that's not how you spell that. Batches. So there's batches. Oh, there it is, seeing included. So we got it all. Got everything we need. Was it over here? I just didn't see it. Included. Like it. Fermenters, line 58. Check out what's in the action, maybe. Next level up. Man, this is running so much faster than earlier. Here we go. Nope, nothing extra. That's just the payload. Okay, so here's one thing we can check is then make sure it's actually adding that. Does say include batches there. It is over here. So, if it's there, it's coming over the pipe. Query list. Payload. Including batches. Sorry, getting it over the network request. I mean, I don't know if school is useless for dev. I know some people right now taking some coding classes, but yeah, I mean, I've just been self-taught since like fourth grade, so I ended up teaching most of the coding classes I took back in high school. But whatever works, you know. Okay, right here. See, this is where I'm not linking it up. I need to say response dot data dot. Let me see how I did it in the style model. Did I not do it in the style model? I feel like I need to. See, let's take a look at that again, the difference there. Right here, we get styles coming across. It's included right there. The categories, they have attributes like name and times brewed. Seems like that should have more on it, but maybe not. So that's no, I'm just gonna try this. We're gonna see. Includes or is included? Included. Then over here, I should have hopefully included available, which is good enough. Load it. Right. Payload included. Object, attributes, boom, right there. So, '59. Okay, so let's just try and move this up. Not sure why the other one has .data and this one doesn't, but actually, yeah, it's gonna be. Oh, okay. So, I don't know why I said, oh, okay, just now. Like I figured something out. I did not figure anything out. I thought I might have. It worked. I almost didn't want it to, but it worked. I didn't want it to because it feels weird. I don't know why this one is under action payload and this one is under action payload.data. They should be the same. So, but hey, don't look a gift horse in the mouth and all that. We will just take that, put it in the pocket as a win, and we'll come back to it. I'm sure I'll be refactoring this as I learn more about how this React data flow is meant to go together. So, good working state. Even though I had to break editing of the fermenters, we'll get there. We'll get there. Fermenters include batches on front end. There you go. Okay, so the next thing I wanted to do, well, I mean, I guess I should fix what I broke first. So let's take a look at what I broke. Yeah, there's no way to edit this. So let's put those back. Still have this error, but I can actually say it's sanitized. So here's the problem. That's a bit of an edge case. You'll notice, I mean, it's not really an edge case. There's a different query it makes over here when it submits. Or not slash fetch, but slash submit. There you go. So this payload probably have it return, have that same include. Yeah, include batches. So now when it gets the updated fermenter record back from the server after editing it, it doesn't have to. It has what it needs. So there you can see it was sanitized. So the save did work last time. So, same bug. But I mean, honestly, we shouldn't even really be hitting that because here's submit, it posts, and then it gets the record index. This should include it. Let's see if it's including properly. So here's the update. We tell it to update. And we get it. Batch. Right there. Oh, okay. I think this is what I was confused about earlier. Let's check out. I guess we'll be old school about it. So, the two methods, whether you're. We'll try it. We'll try it before I go run in my mouth. Sanitized. Yeah, so this is when you come into this other method. So you see I'm having to copy this code. I mean, it's not, this is what's not ideal. I'm going to try and abstract this into the general API file, this guy. I'm hoping I'll move it over into here. Maybe we'll do that in the morning. Move this abstraction of putting included stuff into the various items that include them. We should do that at the API, the higher level rather than each individual model level. But for now, for tonight, this is fine. It's only copied once. So now I should be able to edit it, change it from sanitize back to clean, hit OK, boom, everything's peachy. Edit it. Oh, no. Why didn't it save? Should have, here's the post. Status is 1. Sent a status of 1. Let's try one that's a little farther off in the list in case it's an off by 1 arrow. Let's send it tapped. Status 5. Status 5. Now it says empty sanitize, which is not tapped. So let's check what it actually says in the database. 5, which should be tapped. Go into the fermenter table here. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, tapped. I'm gonna just try a hard refresh. It's weird that it would keep showing that unless it's just we're not updating it correctly. There you go. Okay. So we're not updating the form view correctly after saving. So we need to make sure we're doing that. Hoping that would be automatic, but I guess not. Okay, so that's all working. Now we just need to get these enums displaying here again. So that I already have going, sort of, over here. Well, I guess before we go too far, this fixes not being able to edit. So edit from interfix. Right here are the enums, right? Data.enums. So really, actually, I need something like this to loop through it and then loop through the enums. We'll do it here, and same thing again. We'll move it maybe tomorrow into the API. Instead of, okay, I think I have action dot payload dot enums. And then we'll loop through that the same way we're looping through. Yep, so there's the enums. Okay, so this will look a little different, but it'll still work. So each item.batch. Right, so let's get rid of this. So we're going to say item dot. This will be hard coded for now, but we'll figure it out. I mean, really, is this the way to do it, or do we, for the API, just return the status text? There's two ways we can do it. We can have the API return the status text, and then I don't have to kind of do this cleanup of the data on the front end, or we don't have the API return the status text, and we do the cleanup on the front end. So really, but again, if we, I mean, we still need the enums call anyway, so it doesn't really save us anything. It's just a little convenience. So we'll see how hard this is. Hopefully not too hard. Actually, we might even be able to programmatically do this right now. Statuses and types. I think that is all I need. And then over here in the fermenter list, we just set it as comes in as camel case. See how that does. Oh, okay, I put it in the wrong place. I need to be in attributes. Boom. Tapped. Your line's been tapped. JME. So I'll just copy that for types, type, types text, types text. Not type, it's fermenter type, because type is a reserved word people get nervous about. That should do it. Nope. What did Docker compose? Oh, what happened over here? Rang a bell. Oh, look at that. Boom, type glass carboy. All right, this is coming together. So if I change this to a corny keg, action.payload for each is not a function. That's going to be oh, is that this one? Right, because we want to do it on .data. That's what I was missing. All right, so we should be pretty close. Okay, send it back to a, say, plastic carboy. Okay, now that's expected because I need this bit down here. And again, I'll abstract this. Don't you worry. Well, it rendered, but it rendered the old one. But I wonder if I just reload it. There it is. Okay. Well, at least that's CRUD working. Delete that console. Clean up a little bit on aisle 3 here. Don't need this. Don't need that. Don't need this. Those are from earlier versions, earlier attempts at trying to render that data. So here's something fun, just so you see that this doesn't just say unknown batch. I'm going to go ahead and make a recipe. Actually, can I do it through here? Browse recipes, add the IPA. There we go, I got my hazy IPA recipe. So now if pretty sure I can't do this through the front end yet, but if I copy the recipe ID and I put that on the batch, now when I go back to fermenters, I think it's just going on cache data, but hopefully, oh, still unknown batch. Okay, so let's check that out real quick because we should have if properties recipe. Oh, I might have to include the recipe with it. Okay, that's a little bit more advanced. We'll save that for tomorrow. I guess I don't really have that. Is that not tested? Tested. I'm pretty sure I have a test for it. I need to improve this test. I don't think I'm testing the actual get name virtual property. Okay. Really pretty much what I wanted to get done tonight. It'll be starting probably in 11 hours, 8 a.m. tomorrow. No, not add. Oh, now I got 2 records again, and it broke things. Delete this row. Okay. So, right now you can't have 2 fermenters. That's a bummer. Ah, right. Relationships, because we're not going to have relationships defined when we're just updating the record. So, why it's doing that. So that's going to be first thing I think in the morning is cleaning up. I guess I already did say I want to bundle them up. So I guess I'll do that in the morning. I don't know. I already have the front end API fixed. Maybe I'll just do that. Here. All right, I got about this much time left. Seriously, thanks for tuning in. It's cool that people actually care to watch. Throw me a subscribe and tune in again. We'll continue to have fun. Let me know what you're thinking in chat, how this stuff is going. Oh, all right. I'm an idiot. inside. Up here. That should maybe do it. Undefined. Yeah, I mean, it might be. All right, well, we'll leave that for another day. I'm just happy that my computer's actually working again. I'll commit it as it is, I guess. And we'll see you in the morning. Thanks, guys.